Music has the power and ability to do some pretty incredible things. It can educate you, inspire you, help you to convey and express complicated emotions. It can transport you to fantastical realms, like something out of a fantasy novel like The Lord of the Rings or Harry Potter. It can even create and summon beautiful memories. For example, every time I hear Fooled Around and Fell in Love from Elvin Bishop, I'm reminded of being at my sister-in-law's wedding and dancing in a gazebo by a lake with the woman that I love, the woman that is now my wife. And Christmas music is no exception. Every time I hear Christmas carols and hymns like White Christmas, Silent Night, Frosty the Snowman, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, Jingle Bells, Jingle Bell Rock, Deck the Halls, and many more, I'm reminded of roasting marshmallows and making s'mores over an open fire, deep frying turkey and drinking beer in the garage on Christmas Day, playing board games and card games with my family while watching old Christmas movies on VHS. I'm reminded of the joy and excitement and wonder of opening presents on Christmas Day, and also of nights spent trying to stay up late and catch Santa Claus in the act as he scuttles down the chimney with care to deliver aforementioned presents. And I'm also reminded of a wide variety of Christmas holiday outings and vacations and road trips to Port Dover, Niagara Falls, New York City, Gatlinburg, and Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. We glamped in the Smoky Mountains. Guess what? I also spent Christmas, in fact multiple Christmases in a row, in Walt Disney World, in Orlando, Florida. I had Christmas brunch with Mary Poppins in the Magic Kingdom Castle. And surely, logic dictates that if a few great Christmas carols and hymns are capable of creating and summoning these beautiful memories, then surely a great Christmas album is capable of creating something that we will all treasure for many a year to come. This is not that album. Nuh-uh. No sirree, Bob. Not even fucking close. This album creates and summons magical Christmas memories in the same way that gas station sushi creates and summons a beautiful, luxurious weekend in Tokyo. And perhaps not so coincidentally, this album also sounds like what will happen after you eat gas station sushi. This, my friends, is Christmas in the Outhouse from Fart Thrower. And it is quite possibly, no, not even possibly, it just straight up is, the most utterly repulsive and disgusting Christmas album ever made. Fuck you, Gordon! Did I just get interrupted by Gordon fucking Ramsay? But wait, Uncle Melty, who are Fart Thrower? You ask with bewilderment and curiosity in your voice and sparkling in your eyes, to which I respond, shut up! I'm getting to it. Shut up! As far as I can tell, these guys are from Carlstadt, New Jersey. They're a pretty brand new band, but despite that, they've already released an EP and another album just in the past couple of months. Now look, I don't expect a brutal death metal or gore grind record to be especially intuitive or ambitious or progressive. I expect a bunch of sick-ass beats and gnarly riffs and gross guttural vocals, and that's it, that's fine, call it a day, we're good, fuck off, go home, no worries. But even by these remarkably low standards and expectations for a brutal death metal or gore grind record, this is just a weird, ugly, revolting, repulsive, disgusting little mess. So much so that I feel like it must be a piss take. Like this... Really? Again? So much so that I have to assume Fart Thrower are taking the piss. They're just trolling. They can't actually be that serious with this. There's not enough going on for me to say that it's like comedy, that there's like parody or satire here, but like these guys clearly aren't 110% serious about this, and that's what kind of prevents me from like being like actively really frustrated and annoyed with this. I'm more frustrated by being constantly interrupted by Gordon fucking Ramsay and Jennifer fucking Hudson than I am by the existence of this fucking record. You've got the opening number and title track, Christmas in the Outhouse, which sandwiches an interpolation of jingle bells of sorts, featuring some wacky sound effects that you'd hear from a Christmas circus or carnival, sandwiched in between church bells and literally fart noises. And then following this, we get into Every Time I Wipe, which is filled with some of the most incomprehensible, gurgling, guttural vocals I think I've ever heard in my entire life. Like, it genuinely sounds like they found somebody with IBS and, like, waterboarded them with eggnog for hours on end, and they just, like, stuck the microphone deep inside their gut and recorded whatever sounds came out. Guitars and bass and drums sounds better by comparison, I suppose, but in general, everything has a very muddy, gristly, shitty kind of tone and feel. The music is incredibly basic, with some ham-fisted chugs delivered at semi-varied speeds here and there, I guess, but still basic as holy hell. Then there's She Stunk Like 100 Devils, which does speed things up, and that does create some inherent energy and momentum, I guess. Not necessarily Christmas spirit, but I'll take what I can get at this point. But I mean, between those like super fucking generic and basic death metal riffs and those incomprehensible vocals, it honestly just kind of sounds like you took one of the more fast-paced 6 Feet Under songs and fucking deep-fried it. I'm not sure Plum Pudding counts as a song, to be honest. It's got maybe the most simplistic electronic percussion I've ever heard, with a couple of fart noises and some more Christmas, carnival, and circus-esque melodies. It eventually transitions into an audio recording of sorts of somebody talking about fucking fat women in the dressing room of a mall, I guess. And then we go into St. Nick's Bottom Burp, which for at least half of its runtime, I also am convinced doesn't really count as a song. More very simplistic percussion, more audio recordings, and then eventually just a foray into Vomit Forth-esque blown the fuck out death metal and like gore grind shit. If you had told me while listening to the latter half of this song that my speakers were fucking broken beyond repair, I would believe you. I would not even question it. And honestly, somehow things get weirder from here. I don't know how, but the fact that they do, honestly, it's a bit of an accomplishment. I gotta give you props on that, Fart Thrower. You kinda caught me off guard with some of these songs. Like Chimney Cornhole Clap, for instance, has these chords and drawls that wouldn't be out of place on like more of a smooth jazz adult contemporary kind of number. I mean, it's fake as hell, but in theory, it could have been on a song like that, with that kind of vibe. Then there's Fecal Fume and Frankincense, which is basically just like an underground hip-hop beat of sorts, with fart noises all throughout, and in the beginning there's some guy repeatedly saying, "I gotta go poop," in like a really distressed and uncomfortable tone. And then there's the Kris Kringle Crap Call, which has an interpolation of Shake That Ass Bitch from the Splack Pack. Basically a brutal death metal, rap metal fusion thing going on here. It kind of feels like maybe something Peeling Flesh would play around with if they were like a lot dumber. And I can't even lie, I think by this point, listening to the album the first time through, I had officially been beaten down, and I let out a little chuckle. You know, not a good hearty laugh, but like a good short little chuckle, you know? Like it was just so corny, and just so dumb, and so stupid, it caught me off guard. Alright, it's not gonna win Song of the Year, but like, I chuckled, I can't lie. I stand by my claim that this is the most disgusting Christmas album ever made. I mean, it's really not even up for debate. Name one other Christmas album with this many fart and shit noises all across the board. Name one other Christmas album where someone is openly talking about his disgusting and public sexual escapades. There's literally a toilet on the album cover. Literally. On the album cover, which, by the way, is AI generated. Disgusting. But you know what? I will say this. One thing that I criticize a lot of Christmas music for is that a lot of it just kind of sounds and feels the same, especially when you get into the more poppy Christmas territory. Again?! How many fucking ads? It hasn't even been that long! Just fuck off already! God damn it! You know what? This album is unironically filling me with more Christmas spirit than the Christmas fireplace livestream at this point. Jesus fucking Christ. What was I getting at? Oh yeah. To the album's genuine credit, it's unpredictable, it's silly and goofy enough in some parts to be funny. Again, I chuckled, I was caught off guard. Not gonna lie here. And as I was actually saying, one thing I often criticize Christmas music for, especially more poppy Christmas carols, is that a lot of them just kind of sound and feel the same, and it can get really annoying, it can get really irritating, you know? Fart Thrower, to their credit, did not give us the standard album of Christmas carols, alright? They did not give us the standard collection of the standard Christmas songs that you probably love, but let's be honest, you've heard it a million times before. I highly doubt my mom is gonna pick this over her Celine Dion and Andrea Bocelli Christmas CDs come Christmas dinner this year. But, credit where it's due, at least there is an alternative for people who don't want to hear that. I guess. I don't know. Maybe you love farts, maybe you think farts and poop is funny, and you love brutal death metal, and maybe this'll do it for you. I don't fucking know. So there you have it. Christmas in the Outhouse from Fart Thrower. A colossal and obvious fucking piss take of an album. Objectively terrible and disgusting. But if I'm being honest, I would still pick this over Popular Monster. Yeah. At least this made me laugh. Even if just for a second. At least it's shorter. Maybe, I would argue, better produced in some aspects too. Thank you for watching, everybody, and stay tuned for more Christmas goodies in the coming week. We've got a very special Uncle Melty's Kitchen Christmas Feast episode, which ironically will be coming out after Christmas, but c'est la vie, it is what it is. Also, the Metal Meltdown Christmas holiday and live stream party, December 29th, starting at approximately, let's say 4 p.m. Eastern Time. Yeah, 1 p.m. Pacific Time. We're gonna drink, shoot the shit, play video games, have fun, spread Christmas cheer, and be merry and such. Holiday magic, blah, 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 blah. Press this button to subscribe, look even more videos, and you'll have yourselves a fantastic fucking day and a very merry fucking Christmas.